Yo, yo, ladies and gents, the boys are back. Wow. A lot of people been talking, been asking Victorious, hey, what's good with the paw? You guys, yo, we need to hear you guys back. Hey,
Hey,
say less. We're back. Ep-
ho, ho.
Episode 132. I love it, Victorious. I love the tree in the background. Get that, festive. What game is that? What game you got cooking over there?
Can you hear that in the background, by the
Oh, I
way? Can you hear
couldn't hear it.
this?
Nope.
Oh, we got art graders here, yo. It's like, if y'all don't know, it's like
I'm sure the gamers are with it, Victorious.
any game where they see this.
Fam, great to see you. Great to be back. December 18th, yo, episode 132. Appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. You know how we do it.
For
Leave a
sure.
comment. Yo, help your boys out in the algo. You know how we do it. Um, yo, we left one on the editing room floor, Victorious. So, we had 132 all cooked up. Fucking Riverside fucking fucked us over.
Damn.
So, fuck, man. Yeah, my bad. I'll get those fucks out real quick. But, yo,
Nah,
jeez, yo, they got me hot. Yo, we were recording an episode, had it ready, and unfortunately didn't come out. Couldn't get it out
yeah.
there with
The robots couldn't even help us.
had some technical difficulties, but we're back now. Feels good to be back. Like I said, I had some people asking, like, yo, need to hear you guys again. So not always easy, tough schedule. It's tight. Holiday, like I said, things are going on. Birthday season, soccer season, just finished. It's like year round soccer seasons. Jeez,
I
just
mean,
a, just a
season
lot.
we're on it was I recorded last in the fall.
Yo, life is happening. Life is happening.
We went
So
we went through a whole fall. Actually, it was the end of summer. We tried to record, and in the fall, beginning of winter, failed on that. But we're here now. It's winter time, baby.
awesome. Feels great to be back. As always, Victorious, anything going on right now? I always ask,
Cuffing
like,
season. It's cuffing season, baby.
oh, I always ask, yo, you been eating anything good? I always talk about any meals. Damn, I got this, yo, great call. Let me take a sip of this, Heine. Fantasy football season right now, Victorious going on. We got the Seattle Seahawks against the LA Rams going on. It's halftime right now.
Yeah, fantasy was not good for me this year. I've probably been saying this since the beginning. And yeah, yo, but if you're in it right now and you're hearing this and seeing this, good luck to you. I really don't care.
Yo, went to Tuscan and had some. Oh, speaking of, this guy who, this Brown University, Brookline thing. This man I think is up in Salem, New Hampshire.
To be fair, to be fair, what happened with MIT? Did something go
It's
down there too?
no, it wasn't even.
I'd be under a rock here.
I don't know if it was MIT. It was a professor. I don't know where he was a professor.
Well, they went into his crib, I
It
heard.
might, yeah, it might. He might have been MIT. You're right, but yeah, they went into his crib. I think, there was this thing was related. Might have been the same
Shit.
dude. So nonetheless, this man, I guess, not with us anymore. But beat it. See you later. We ain't down with that. We ain't promoting that.
No. Yeah, they're cutting the roads off here, up here in New Hampshire, you know.
Onward and upward, Victorious. What are you? I know your boy. We just went out to Tuscan, and they have like a fabulous margarita pizza over there.
Well, I love a marg.
Wow, delicious.
Yeah, I like a good margarita pizza,
I love a good margarita. A little basil on there, right? That
Yeah,
fresh
absolutely.
mozzarella, so good.
Yep. Yeah, it's prime pizza.
Undercarriage got to be right. But yeah, had that there recently, and Kristen got some oxtail arancinis, fam. She said it wasn't right.
I
I have
mean,
I have
oxtail's
one
a rich ass food, bro.
I have one or two left over. I haven't threw them in the air fryer. I don't know. It wasn't my cup of tea. I ordered, not I ordered something else, but yeah, she got the she. That's what she went for. She had
Yeah,
like I think she had one maybe out of the three, and she's like, ah. I was like, yo, I'm surprised you ordered oxtail. She's like, that was oxtail. I was like, yo, what? She's like, yo, I didn't. She's like, I didn't know what that was. She's like, I
that's
wasn't feeling that. I was like, yeah, that was
that's
oxtail,
that's almost as crazy as Fraxium, but
fam.
yeah, that's big ups, big ups. Where was that again? Where were you?
That was at Tuscan. Yep, up in Salem.
Every time you ask me these questions, I always blank on the food spots that we be going to. And
All
I feel
good.
like we just went to one recently and it was delicious. Actually, it was up here in New Hampshire, up in right in Manchester. One of them
Did you go to the 509 or whatever that is?
nah, that's like the pizza joint spot. That's
All
like
right, all right.
that's like
We're
I was
talking
thinking
about
like
that.
I was talking about, yeah, those chicken fingers are bomb. I'm hearing and they do look good. But
Fam, get in the camera, fam. You're too. Yo, this guy doing the sideways slouch over there. Come on, we don't want
am
to
I
see the
really?
man.
What's going on? What's going on?
No,
You
no,
guys want to see
you're
my
good right there.
face?
You're good right there. Oh,
I was
perfect.
looking at the tablet, yo. I was
No,
trying to get some
you're
info.
looking. Nah, feel looking fabulous right there. And
Oh,
the
I see
dream.
what you're saying though, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because when you're
You're
looking at me,
yeah, yeah.
right?
You're
Come
like yo.
on,
You're like over here, like in the camera, like yeah.
because you only see. I got the wide view, so you're
People,
probably.
yo, people want to see you, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. Well, now that I'm back in the
What
picture,
did you get to eat up at that spot, Victorious? That
at that
margarita.
spot,
I know that margarita pizza
well,
had.
I'll tell you this much: Lucas got fish and chips, and
Mm,
that shit was delicious.
wow.
I ended up getting a teriyaki chicken like rice bowl, which, to be fair, I've been eating more like teriyaki flavored stuff, which I didn't always mess with.
Mm,
So anytime I see something like that on a menu,
that's a lovely flavor profile.
I got eyes on it.
That's a
So,
lovely flavor profile, and I love a fish and chips too. Give me
oh,
that tartar
we were
sauce.
at
I love a good coleslaw.
oh, we were at the Common Man side, whatever side roads, some spot there. Common Man, fam.
I love the common man, fam. Yeah, well, let's great segue right into wrestling, fam. I know we met actually at the Hub Spot. I think it is right there. We got a little food over there for Cena's last match that we linked up. I mean, Cena's now, his we were excuse me at his last match in Boston.
Yep.
His last match overall in general now has taken place at this point by the time we're recording here. But give me the lowdown on just the whole wrap up here and the finish. His last match with Gunther. Any thoughts about the whole run? West Newberry Zone stand up. You know
Wow. Wow. Just a guy from West Newbury, man.
that's it. Never give up. What? Give me and like fam all angles. You know what I'm saying? Like what would Victorious the fan say? What would Victorious the little kid maybe say? Like, get, how's Lucas?
Yeah.
What's the scoopity scoop? We got time here.
Nah. There's definitely time to go in on Cena here. I'll kick it back to kind of the ending of his career, so to speak. We were out there in Boston to see that one back in November, the day
Unbelievable.
before Veterans Day, which, by the way, couldn't have asked for a more perfect day to have that. We had no work the next day, and Cena
Unbelievable.
and Dom put on a unbelievable show. I know we recorded, but it didn't get on the table. But that experience within itself, bringing Lucas, you brought the boys, we brought the family, and I know a bunch of others that went, and probably couldn't have enjoyed a night more exclusive than that, to be fair. And I say exclusive just given, that's his home crowd and what energy they brought that night, winning the title, finishing the Grand Slam. So
Yo, fam,
that right there was unbelievable.
when we think back to 20 years from now and we're talking about mad people are gonna be like, yo, I was at Cena's last
Oh,
match. Like I was like, nah, like we were there, fam.
we were there.
We
We
were
were
there,
there.
fam. You know what I'm saying? This can only
Yep.
be 15, 16, however, I don't know, 14,000, whatever the number is there, but like
And
that's
it was
it,
a
fam.
big crowd, fam. That every there was not, I mean, that all those seats were filled, fam, at one point. But
Mm.
yeah, as we kind of segue towards, this past Saturday, here we are, whatever, middle of December, Gunther just finished this man off. And it was, I'm gonna,
Choked his
fast
ass out.
forward right to it. And that's kind of really, what folks will, I don't know if they'll remember it, but it's that smile and tapping out, fam, of Cena. And for folks that don't know, that's how Cena went out. Cena went out, he tapped out, and his whole thing, his whole entire career was, never give up. It's crazy. I've seen a lot of memes like, that's how a lot of people be feeling, at the end of 2025. Like, I'm just done. Just, been trying all year. You start off all smiles and then it's like still smiling, but I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah, fam.
But, you know, Gunther, I would say he
Is he
did
the
his
right man
job. I
to,
think he was. I think he was, to be
to
fair,
beat him?
because yeah, I think if you're bringing the whole wrestling persona, I mean, who else more do you want to represent like wrestling than a guy like Gunther, who's truly like from the wrestling streets? This guy like lives and breathes it, and he's probably become a little bit more commercial now than he's probably ever been, just because you
Nah,
have to, being
he's about that life though.
he is about that life. So
I
I
think
think he's the guy for it.
that's a great summation, fam. That's a great little recap. I think what you mentioned about like um just like him being able to say never give up, you know what I'm saying? That was his motto. And then like, yo, he tried, fam.
He tried.
Yo, he gave what he could. You know what I'm saying? And that's really all he did. Yeah, there's a lot of like,
And he put on the match. I mean, if you can go over 20 minutes, and I think it was around 20-minute mark, I don't really quite know, but it felt like around 20 minutes. Yeah, I mean, right to the end. And I think I told you, like, he had me thinking for a second, like,
yo, you might win this.
he might pull this off. He actually might do it. But
He did
yep,
the job.
when those
This
elbows start coming,
oh, careful, fam. You almost got me. Yo, I think
it's
in
bad.
wrestling, fam, there's so much history and there's so much symbolism. Like there's so much like, yo, he's talking about, he did the job. People before him. I saw that they gave him the belts, and Hogan, when Hogan went out, like him and I think it was Batista put the belts on him, something like that. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of layers to it, so it's an onion, and
they were
you got
booing
to
the
peel
shit
it.
out of Triple H. I will say the crowd made it a little awkward.
Bro, they had to follow Gunther out with security and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Just
there's a lot going on, a lot of marks out
not
there.
a lot of marks, and sometimes you can feel the awkwardness in the room. And when they start booing like that, it's like, come on, man. You can even tell in his face like the man was a little,
So many good
you know,
memes have come out. So many good memes have come out.
too many,
But
But
overall, along the way though, Victorious, he put a lot of people over too. Not just the last night. Just the whole way did the job. I saw like over his
yeah,
career how many matches he fought like every year since like 2002. Bam, he was like putting up like in his peak 180 200 matches a year.
and then I mean, you think about his wrestling career and whatever he's done there, and then truly, like, what else he's known for, like making the most wishes from like.
Wow, Make a
So
Wish
you talk.
Foundation all
That's what I'm
time
saying. Like
record
whether people
setter.
believe in that, yeah, whether people believe in that foundation, whatever, how or whatever. But like that man, yeah, like literally, you couldn't see him ever because he was always
Yo,
on the road. Like you didn't know
great
where he
yo.
was.
Probably way more proud of that too, to be honest.
Oh, 1,000%. I
That's the type of
mean,
guy he is.
100%. You're walking away from your career knowing that even through all those crazy times, you could have been doing this with your time, but you were doing this with your time. And yeah, for me, that kind of represents, in all fairness, looking on it, if he's not on the Mount Rushmore, then I don't know if we're doing any justice to the wrestling world. You know what I'm saying? Might have to change a little bit based off what we just recently experienced, but that's just me.
Well,
A guy from
gonna
Mass.
always something going on. I know that. They got the Masked Man. They got AEW. The women's stuff going on. Royal Rumble is going to be right around the corner, Victoria. So I don't know if you have anything else on wrestling. We can get into the World Cup stuff here, the World Cup draw. We can get into anything else that you want about wrestling. We can get into whatever the hell we want to get into. Episode 132, fam.
Well, end on this on wrestling. It's a little bit more of like, more of the sweaty stuff, more of the nasty armpit smelly
I
stuff.
love it.
But it's really around Mello and what he's
Let's
kind
go,
of got
Mello.
building up with Ilya Dragunov
Ooh,
on Friday Night SmackDown. You're kind of seeing Mello now go more towards that championship route, even if it's the American Championship, the USA Championship, which I absolutely love. Think it's a great belt. I think if he can kind of inject himself into a little war there with Ilya, who he has history with in NXT, it'll continue to kind of bump his stock up. So I like to see where that's going. He's kind of separated from the Miz a little bit and kind of away from that, but that's all just building experience, getting up
that was a
with
great
those,
run.
and yeah, just kind
Yo,
of
that
segueing in that. And then it'll only be a matter of time before you see him beefing with like Braun Breaker, fam.
bro.
Right now, I think we're just,
If you're
starting to
that's
see
it,
the light.
fam. 100% phenomenal call. Just to speak on Mello real quick, because you know what, we've been doing it for 100 plus episodes. And you know what, it's great to see him. Anytime you can link up with a future Hall of Famer like the Miz, are you serious?
1,000%.
Are you serious, fam? That'd be like, yo, you've been slapping the face. I don't know if you wouldn't take that opportunity. So of course, yeah, you take that opportunity and you ride that as long as it can. And now here he is. And to get into I heard, by the way, Ilya Dragunov, not a big fan of him. Not a big fan of like anything that his music sucks. I think his wrestling kind of sucks. His moves. I'm not a big fan of like head moves. You know what I'm saying? Like Chris Benoit moves. Rest in peace. Um,
Yeah.
not a big fan. Like I also heard he's like a hard wrestler fan.
Fam, he's strong style.
Yeah, like like we don't want
Not he's strong. There's not a
fam, it's
match where
not
he doesn't
supposed
go
to hurt like
by.
that. Yeah, like
This man's bleeding.
I
He's
saw him. This man
sweating.
was gushing last time I saw him.
Fam, gushing blood,
Still
like lots.
won, still in the corner. Someone else came down the ring. The whole thing still played out like it, like they
It was
drew it
Mello.
up
Mello had to come out and save him. He's like, Melo's probably looking at him like, bro, like,
to
fuck, man,
clean it
like,
up.
can you clean up? Give this guy a tissue.
Nasty. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of Ilya Dragunov. I'm not sure who he is. Not I don't feel like he doesn't get much heat. Doesn't get like
I'll tell you right now, his push could have been a lot heavier a few months ago when he was I think he tore his ACL. He was really I mean, he came back from his injury and they put the belt on him right away.
mm,
It's a guy who they really believe in and who he honestly he's like a Gunther type. And it's only a matter of time before those two start. In fact, YouTube Gunther Ilya, you're gonna see the most violent match probably of all time in the most recent history. I mean, you're
mm.
talking slap on slap, strong style versus just, you
It's
know,
like it's two big friggin' rhinoceros.
yo, literally, fam. It's funny you say that about Ilya. I know you say that about Shinsuke. And I would say Shinsuke and Ilya, Lucas's probably two favorite wrestlers. So there's a comparison of wrestling styles between you and Lucas that I don't know.
Anytime
I gotta get you guys on the WWE 2K25 matchup and put you guys and like see who picks who and just let it just go. I'm gonna have to be the special guest referee.
anytime that I can say King of Strong Style in my house, I say it. Anytime about anything. I'm like, yo, is that the King of Strong Style? You know what I'm saying? Like anytime I can do it.
Such a to say.
Yeah, I love it, fam. Wrestling, unbelievable. What a friggin'
Yeah,
carnival.
yeah.
Just
It's
carny
my
for
show.
sure.
I
I
believe in
love it.
it. I love this stuff.
Yeah, I've been watching The Sopranos, fam.
Yeah, you said that.
I've been watching The Sopranos. Friggin'
It's crazy. I tried to watch that
unbelievable,
shit
dude.
like 7 different times, and I'm like, I get to like episode 3, season
Never
one,
seen
and
it.
I'm like,
Never seen it in my life. So
me either, fam.
unbelievable. But yeah, fam, great call, great wrestling stuff. Let's jump into in the last episode too, we were talking about all the coaches, you know what I'm saying? Like Henry, Matt, my brother Jeff Costa, of course. All
Chris
these guys.
Nugent,
Chris, wow, down at Chattanooga. So the
Don.
whole crew. Don. Yeah, fam. It's just shout out to all the coaches. You know what I'm saying? I know spring
I
season
even,
coming up,
even yeah,
recruiting.
shout out, yeah, not to like cut off, but like Coach Cross, even from Riviere, this guy was kind enough to have us, come down,
Come on
Londonderry,
now.
Drake it, link up. So yeah, just the
You
coaching
know
network, man.
we've been there, fam. The whole John Cross, come on, the whole everybody that we're linked up with. You know what I'm saying? We're just and fam. To be honest, it's that holiday season. You know what I'm saying? We want it's actually it's Hanukkah that's going on right now.
Yeah,
For all
yeah,
my Jewish people out there.
for sure.
But yeah, it's that holiday season, baby. Merry Christmas. I don't know if we're gonna have to another episode. But by this
We'll have
time,
to
and
see, fam.
but here we are. You know what I'm saying? We're thankful as always. But fam, let's jump into some soccer.
Yeah, let's.
I know Revs. It's a MLS Super Draft. Revs traded their first round draft pick.
I mean, honestly,
I don't know what's going
well,
on with them, to be honest.
well, they got the new
Oh, they just
coach.
traded. They just traded for a 20-year-old. I saw from Dallas.
Yep. Yeah, I
And
see.
he,
Well, they
this
got a
guy's
new
like
coach too.
this guy. Yeah, they got a new coach for sure. And the coach's son, I actually saw was in the MLS draft too.
I saw that he was a young kid.
But
I
yeah,
think with the
we
Revs,
just traded for a young guy.
yeah, when I think of the Revs, the first thing that came to mind when you said that was not this season, but next season. The big changes come into the MLS where they're going to have
Oh,
the
yeah,
seasons
yeah.
in line with the regular European season, which
I saw there might be some division or alignment, realignment too.
I'm fucking here for all of it. I'm here for change, to be fair.
Yep, heard there's some
I think
division
right
realignment.
now, I think right now in America, anything that kind of gets away from whatever it is that they're fucking doing now with just like this weird, whether it's expanding and the playoffs, it's just like let's get to more traditional soccer stuff that folks are really used to.
Back
And
to
I
the
think
basics,
something,
baby.
yeah, I think something like a schedule change or at least having the schedules align with the European seasons is going to be a tremendous asset
That works for
or
sure.
however you want to phrase that, for the league.
I'm for that.
Um,
I'm for that,
so I'm
fam.
I'm all for that. So that's the one thing that comes to mind. It's something that yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to. MLS. Messi just crushed, just did everything he was supposed to do in terms of winning MVP back to back, winning the whole entire league, and continuing to get players signing in. for his team. You know what I'm saying? He just had two players leave, but had another European guy come in. So I know I just went on a tangent, but that's
No,
kind
no,
of the
that's
MLS
exactly
kick.
what. Keep going, fam. I just wanted to bring that up in the
Yep.
background, but yeah, no, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah, no. Yep. No, that's really it. I mean, I think, you just brought up the World Cup stuff, you know what I'm saying? And we were talking right before this around right here in New England and just having probably one of the biggest games right here in my backyard with, France and Holland. I mean,
France, Norway,
Norway,
unbelievable. Senegal, I mean, who knows who's going to be other part of that group? Um,
even matter
yeah, it doesn't. That's already a pretty solid group,
for sure, for
and for
sure.
that to be in Boston or at Gillette, unbelievable.
Yep.
Yeah, fam. In general, soccer, I'm not. I haven't even been really tapped in, to be honest. I haven't been tapped. Sometimes I'm watching the Prem on Saturdays. That's about the most I'm getting tapped in. I'm watching. I'm trying to watch the Prem on Saturdays, or
The
on Sundays.
Prem, what I've been getting myself into the habit of doing is, you know, I always get to watch my United. I always watch United. But one thing I try and do is get on YouTube and watch like the 15-minute clip of
I
all the
love that.
goals for the week.
I love
It at
that.
least keeps me somewhat into it because I mean, the reality of it is no one has enough time to watch all those games. I
I
mean, if you
love
have
that.
time in the morning to catch that, that's great. But I've been trying over the last few weeks to kind of catch those goals and highlights wherever I can see it. For the Prem, it's like, and again, I know we're up on the World Cup, but I mean, these guys are going to be at the World Cup.
Yeah, yeah.
Although I don't, this next
A
player I'm
bunch of
actually
on.
going to bring up, to be fair, I like to think that he's going to make it, but we're talking about a forward and Ekitike from Liverpool, fam.
Sure.
I bring him up because he's probably been one of the saving graces for Liverpool in such like a deep season of
Ooh,
whatever,
tough season.
mid-table, Salah. But every time I see this guy play, bro, he scores. And he's a French forward. And, we're talking about a French team that's so good that a guy who's leading like the Prem in goal scoring with Liverpool might not even make the team for the France team. That's how deep these guys are. So, for those who are, following along and just kind of understanding like what we're discussing, we're really kind of getting into like a blend of Prem
Yeah, yeah.
and
We're
some of these players, going over to the
It's
World
a
Cup.
soccer part, fam. It's a soccer
Yep,
part, fam. You know what I'm saying?
for sure, for sure. But fans, sometimes for these soccer heads, it's even a lot for them, fam. They're
Fam,
like, they don't even know what league, who's going where. They're just trying to, no,
well,
no disrespect to some of our guys who might listen, fam, or who
we
are
have
trying to get into it. But even for people like my dad who might be listening, he's like, well,
all right, that's
it's
fair.
like, Dad,
Let's do this. Let's paint a little picture then. We got the FIFA, all the FIFA groups up. Looks like A through L. Is there anything that, any one or two groups that stick out to you, fam?
I know I'm like staring right at the fucking camera right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
but
No, I'm looking at like right away.
listen, listen, Group I is crazy. I mean, France, Senegal, Norway is
Yeah, the
nuts.
one
I mean,
the first one we talked about.
Group C, Brazil, Morocco, and Scotland. I mean, Haiti could have not been given a more group of death than that. I mean, you're talking about three really good countries that could make it far into the tournament. Um,
Spain, Uruguay.
Spain, Uruguay, Cape Verde, that's a good one. England, Croatia, Ghana, Panama. I mean, you know,
Yeah, Netherlands,
Panama's
Japan.
no joke, bro. I mean, they'll bite you to the end.
Yep. Not fam. I believe it. Like the Central American and like the Caribbean, they're coming to bite and fight and chew and scratch and claw. We already know. We play these guys. This is Kunman ball, fam.
Literally common ball, a little bit
This
of
is
CONCACAF, a
well,
little bit
yeah,
of, other leagues, quote unquote, that
yeah,
aren't
yeah.
even covered for them. You know what
This
I'm
is like
saying?
Western Hemisphere soccer. Like this is what it is, bro. Like we're used to it.
Germany, Ecuador, Curacao, and Cote d'Ivoire
Yeah,
is
no, there's a bunch
great.
of tasty groups. There's a bunch of I'm trying
I
to see if something sticks out, but to me, I
well,
don't know.
what sticks out to me is in Germany and Cote d'Ivoire and Ecuador, that's going to be in New York.
Well, I like that. Ecuador is going to be heavy there.
Whoa, heavy fam, heavy. So, you know, I'm kind of excited. I mean, even just having personal ties to Henry, whose wifey is Ecuadorian.
I
I
love
mean,
it.
that alone right there, I'm sure they're already like looking at all the dates and what's
I see.
where and how.
I see. Speaking of, I see Colombia in Group K with Portugal.
We're
I love
port
it. We're gonna have some. Yo, I love that. We might have to link up.
some good ones here, fam. Some
Love
some
it.
good
Some to
ones,
look.
and still some countries that still have to make it in. Even countries like Jamaica, who have still one more chance at doing it. Teams like Curacao got in at the expense of Jamaica, who now have to, play a
A little
semifinal
backdoor.
game. All these kind of. So that's what you see here in these groups that don't have a fourth team. It's these playoff teams that, as we go more down the road, my goal is to hopefully at some point get a little bit more in depth with the World Cup stuff as we get a little bit closer. It's
Well,
kind of
love
always
that.
been a goal of ours, fam. We've talked about this from the get-go.
That's for sure. I think that's one thing that we can, fam. I think that's one thing we can. That's a great call. We can
Yep,
lock that in.
yep.
'Cause
As we get closer,
we'll tighten up the FIFA,
yep.
the World Cup game for sure.
Almost like at the 120-day, 90-day countdown, something. I
There's
already
gonna
got.
be so
I don't
much
want to.
more.
I'll keep the cards close to the chest, but
Last thing here is, yeah, like you said, there's gonna be a couple more teams to shake out. We'll follow up with that, and yeah, more to follow. You know what I'm saying? A lot of good
yep.
stuff here.
Oh, Egypt, Belgium.
Lot,
I like that.
lot of good ones. New Zealand. I wouldn't sleep on New Zealand on that one.
Me either.
Let's switch. We're gonna drop that, fam. Hop over to
Yes.
the Prem
Yeah.
real quick. We'll share that tab and just share that table real quick. But what do you think about United's performance so far?
I have no complaints as much as I complain.
I like that family. As we look at them sitting in sixth,
Listen, this is a gritty team, man.
on
He
26 points. Wow.
he's far away from having the team that he wants. I think if he could snap his fingers and lose a few heads and bring a few heads in, we'd be doing some changes. Guys like Cunha from Wolves, guys like Mbeumo from Brentford have been absolutely game changing. Where we're struggling with is defense, bro. I mean, we have let in like 24 goals. On the contrary, we've scored, but we've let in way too many goals. Let too many teams back into games. The Bournemouth game recently, 4-4, probably one of the best games I've seen all year. But yeah, I mean, I don't need to be stressing about that. I don't need to, it's crazy. There's
Now if
talk
we
that we're gonna get, Semenyo from Bournemouth, $65 million release clause. He's the
oof.
right winger from Bournemouth. Dude's solid. Um, yeah, there's talks that United might get him. I don't quite know if it's a position that we necessarily need. We might need it for the short term just because we're going to lose like Amad Diallo and that Mbeumo guy to the African Cup. But like,
Mm.
we'll get those guys back. We need win back coverage. We need more center backs. We really need to shore up the center backs. And honestly, Kobe Mano not getting minutes is crazy.
Mm. I
This
like
guy
that.
only had like 200 minutes, and there's talks that he might be going to Chelsea. So
Whoa.
yeah, a lot of shifting and moving. Talks of Kobe, who was supposed to be the future, but now which is kind of wild to me because we need midfielders. Guys like Ugarte aren't really doing it. But one guy who just continues to do it for them, it's Bruno, fam. If there's
Oh
one thing
yeah.
we can end on, it's Bruno just continuing to do what he does. He recently put out this whole thing around, United basically saying that, listen, bro, you can go, like, you can go to Al Sabab and wherever the hell in Saudi, and this dude chose not to go, fam. He literally said, "I'm gonna stay,"
Yeah,
like
I'm
in
here.
spite, almost in spite, fam.
I like that.
In spite because these guys are ready to honestly probably get a few bucks and ready to probably just be like, yo, just they're so disgusted with themselves they're like, just leave us. He's
Five
like,
goals,
I'm
six
staying, bro.
assists. Come on. I mean, 5 goals, 6 assists through 16 matches here, fam. Great call to finish on to just to put a bow on that, fam. But
Yep,
if
yep.
we look at the standings, United in six, can't be too upset about that.
I'm not at all. I mean, not at all. I want to see
Solid
it
so
honestly.
far. Still
Every
early in the season. Still things to happen here.
Yep,
Transfer window. Come on.
everyone's beating each other. Um,
The only
And
thing
that's
that
what's been
I
nice.
see right off the right, the only thing I can see that jumps out is the villains. 5 for 5 in the last five. 15 points there. Green, 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 green,
Honestly,
green, green, green,
I see
green.
that too, but I really see the City 4 games winning, to be fair.
Right above
Usually
it.
right above it, man. Usually what comes with that midway is like a devastating run.
Yep, they're coming.
And as much as I see that Villa
Pause.
win, I also see yeah, definitely pause.
They need those points early.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, it's the Prem has been fun. Like I said, I've been
Yeah, I've been
trying to
trying to
follow
watch.
up as much as I can, watching the goals. Definitely watching United every chance I can.
Yep.
Glory, 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 glory.
Nah, I'm with you, fam. Feels good to actually hit the Prem and hit United real quick. Feels like we've been long overdue to do that. I'm glad you're happy with the gaffer and he's doing what he's got to do. And
Yeah, he frustrates me a little bit at times. I mean, he's a little, I'll take that from a coach at, whatever, 39, 40 years old. I get it. I'm the same age. We got that, you kind of got that, this is what you believe in. You're going to stick to it. Don't let anybody tell you any different type. You've earned your stripes to kind of get here. I like the fact that he's kind of sticking to his guns. I hope it plays out for him. But his system changes at times. I wonder if it needs to change. He's so set on the 3-5-2, and
yeah, if
it's
you
like,
don't have the personnel for that, it's hard to.
but he's dead set on it. So it's my only qualm. But it's like it is what it
Wow.
is. I
Right.
don't get
That
paid the big bucks, man.
can't be too picky. Awesome. Fam, last thing, we're about half an hour into episode 132 here. Feels good to connect with the people again, man. Christmas season, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff.
Mary,
What about Bitcoin? It's about at 85,000, fam. I mean, I'm just, we're buying and holding and soaring. See me in 2020, 28.
I think we've continued. Well, at least I've said it. We talk about it. It's just one of those things when you know what you know and you've kind of done the homework on it and you explored it for what you know of it, you're comfortable in whatever comes from it in the short term. We've talked about having a long time frame or long time horizon for things like this. And
Mm,
yeah, it's just one of those things where you just kind of park it and you see it. And with anything, I mean, whether it's any investment, only risk what you can lose, man. And this is not financial advice.
yeah, never financial advice. But for sure, doing the same thing, man. Doing the same thing we've been saying for forever. And if it's at 85,000, I was buying at 120. I'm buying at 85. If it goes down to 60, I'll be buying at 60 because eventually it's going to go up to 150. It's going to go up to 200. And like you said, you got to have that long time horizon. Victorious, great call.
To,
Just be thinking, and this is again, this is something that's almost why I didn't want to. We talked beforehand, like we don't want to lead off with it, or keep like burying it home. It's like, yo, I don't know. Just do the knowledge. Do the
yeah,
knowledge we've done. I don't know. Keep buying. Keep having dollars. Keep holding dollars if you want. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I guess sometimes I'm always trying to restructure it in a way where it doesn't sound where it's like, not to say that it's like sound coming off like mad or frustrated or like telling people
Yeah,
what to
yeah,
do
yeah.
with their
That's
money.
definitely not what it is.
It's really not. I think with anything, it's knowing that like in our conversations with our loved ones, with people that you work with, the conversation around like our dollars not getting enough for us, we're behind, like it's what everybody knows. It's the elephant in the
Yeah,
room. It's almost
yo,
to the
that's a
point where
fact.
people are done talking about it, but nobody wants to do anything about it.
Yeah, fam, we could go down a whole thing about um, theft and fraud
Yep.
and abuse. We can go down a whole thing about like I don't know, the price of everything is skyrocketed. I
It's
think
just
about I always see like the price of a one bedroom apartment around here is
it's
like nineteen
insane.
hundred. I saw it was $1,900.
Damn. I just on that, 2015, we left our apartment in Lowell after paying $1,300 for a two full bedroom apartment and bathroom, paying
Yeah,
1350. we left
It's different, fam.
and from 2010 to, and, people are asking in low, 2,300, like what? For like
So,
a
fam.
one bedroom? Like
So
what?
when we
Like
talk
I
when we
don't
talk
even, and this
about
is 2015.
so fam when we talk about Bitcoin, you know what I'm saying? It's easy to be like, yo, I don't know, saving bucks or like you see it. We're living it, fam. We're living it. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is where our dollars are going. Nothing has changed about that one bedroom apartment.
Right, right. Other
Nothing has
than the
changed
fact that
about nothing,
have gone up on it,
which is a
you
whole nother
know,
thing. We can talk
of
about like
course.
property taxes and
Yep,
assessments and all that bullshit. It's
yep.
another fucking scam.
Which is all part of it all. But I think, with it all, it's
Yeah, just
yeah,
through the knowledge, fam. Just through
just
the
do the
knowledge.
knowledge, and that's all we've ever said is really just kind of if you find yourself in such a situation,
Ask questions, yeah.
all I would say is, right, ask questions, and if you happen to be on this pod and you're listening to it, yeah, we've been talking about the reasons why we feel Bitcoin might be something to look further into for your own knowledge. So yeah, fam,
Unbelievable, fam.
that's what
Episode 132, yo. Lock in.
glad to be
Your
back.
boys are back. Make sure you leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you have any topics you want to talk about, might be doing some listening to questions next time, fam. You never know.
Yes,
Um,
I'm here for it.
episode, yo, my hey guest we talked about, fam, in the production meeting,
We need it.
might be getting back on the train a little bit here. So,
Yep.
yo, make sure you lock in with your boys. We appreciate it. Nice, easy, short one to take in. Try to
Yes,
turn this
sir.
around quickly. Go Pats. Pats are coming up. Had a great season so far. Fantasy playoffs lock in. I don't know, fam. Great job. Yo, John Cena,
Can't
never
see us,
give up.
baby.
Can't see us, bro. Episode 132. Peace.
Don't shoot.